All right, let's go ahead and begin. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. For those who do not know me, my name is Chief Justice Smallfries, and it is my distinct honor and great pleasure to be here today for this most special and important of government events. Thank you all for joining us. Without any further delay, we will move right into our scheduled events. Unfortunately, the outgoing president has a time zone conflict and could not speak with us today. In his stead, the outgoing vice president, Scassini, will give her speech. Madam Vice President, if you will come join us at the front.
Thank you. 4 months. 4 months is a long time in DC. 4 months ago, I was standing here, scared as all hell, and giving my first speech to you all. Today, I stand before you all again, giving you my final speech of the term. So much has happened between now and then that I could not even begin to put it into words. What I can put into words, however, is how grateful I am to have served you all as Vice President. Every day, I learned something new and had wonderful discussions within our cabinet. Every day, I saw our departments, from secretary to employee, do their best. I spent these past 4 months doing my best, each and every day as well, and I hope that effort showed. Throughout my term, I have been beyond lucky to have the help of many people assisting me. While I cannot thank each and every person, a few people have stood out to me. Firstly, I would like to thank Kaiserin. The support she has given me throughout our friendship has carried me through my worst and helped me celebrate my best. I cannot thank her enough for how much she has done for me. I would like to thank Inza, whose experience, knowledge, and guidance have made her the best advisor anyone could have asked for. I really appreciate you answering all of my silly questions. And finally, I would like to thank Tech. While our first time DMing each other was you asking me to be your vice president, these past 4 months have been incredibly fun, and I am so glad that I was crazy enough at the time to say yes. Redmont, 4 months ago, you all placed your trust in our administration. Soon, you will place that same trust in our new president and vice president. I have full faith in this incoming administration and in their ability to accomplish the goals that they have promised. To President Multiman and Vice President Just Jada, remember to take the time and enjoy the community that you have been elected to lead. Remember to have fun when you can, but be serious when it matters. Always remember that you have 4 months to get things done, so don't rush anything, but don't waste any time. As my term comes to a close, I just want to say thank you. Thank you all for the opportunity, the fun times, and the trust you placed in me. It has truly been an honor to serve as your vice president.
Clap, clap, clap. Thank you, Scassini. You know, now that I think, we need like an item that allows the audience to clap and make noise. It feels so quiet. Fireworks, that works. Anyways, moving on. Thank you for your speech. Representative MJL, if you please come join me at the front and give your speech.
Hello, I am MJL. A lot of you probably know me as Jaren's lawyer, but before that, I basically just went around bragging I was Multiman's friend. I was invited here today because, well, I'm Multiman's friend. Things don't really change. So, anyways, I met Multiman 5 or so years ago when we both edited on Wikipedia together. To prepare for this speech, I went back to our old conversations, but the one I want to talk about is the first one we had. I was encouraging Multiman to run for a position on Wikipedia. Now, Wikipedia has a really different culture than here, and being a leader there means something completely different. On Wikipedia, leaders are expected to act as stewards rather than commanders and are meant to guide the consensus building process rather than dominate discussions. Something I noticed about Multiman was he was uniquely talented in this regard. There are parts of Wikipedia known for being particularly controversial, but Multiman, despite being new, was engaging in these areas, being productive, and not causing any issues. Now, you'd think a topic area with misinformation and fighting so bad I can't even really talk about on the server wouldn't really compare to a Minecraft poly sim full of teenagers and young adults, but I'll tell you honestly, the stress levels are basically the same. Transitioning now onto this server, DemocracyCraft. When I first joined, it was quite the role reversal. On Wikipedia, I had years of experience on Multiman. I was able to give him advice, tell him how to navigate through potential pitfalls, but here I was completely outmatched. Multiman soon had started his own bank, a political party. He had a robust legal career. He was a congressman, president, and pretty soon a judge. I was and am still amazed in all that he's gotten done on the server. So, what's next for the Multiman presidency? Well, if history is going to be our guide in understanding Multiman, then I know a few things. Multiman will still continue to be an ally to the LGBT community, and he will call out bigotry anytime he sees it. He's been nothing but supportive to me personally for the entire time I've known him. Multiman will advocate for our towns and the wild because he knows communities have a right to govern themselves. He'll continue to build wide-ranging coalitions and consensus for the most important issues on the server because he knows that all of us deserve a voice at the table. This is especially true for our new players, who Multiman continuously treats as equal partners rather than a group to pander to. He intuitively understands that new players like Tronic and the UJP represent the future of our server and deserve our support. Lastly, Multiman will continue to place his ultimate trust in the leadership team that he has assembled. This is a man who, while running for president, was privately endorsed by Yajaran, and Multiman had the confidence in his campaign team to say he trusted them to get him elected by his own merits. He told nobody he was endorsed by Yajaran. It was this exact campaign which resulted in him getting the most first preferential votes in our server's history. He did that by believing in the people that supported him, and ultimately shows you that you believe in him too. Multiman is a uniquely talented individual. I've always known his potential to do great things, and he will continue to prove me right. I am proud to call Multiman my friend, and thank you all for voting for him and supporting his presidency. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Next, Deputy Speaker of the House, Riley Guy 07, if you'll please come to the front and join me for your speech. Riley, are you not up here? I could have sworn I pulled you up here. Hold on.
Oh wait, I think I was muted.
Okay, lovely. Go ahead.
Okay, everybody. For anyone who doesn't know me, Rai, and I've been the part of the Department of Health for over a year. And within my time here, I've had a chance to help create new diseases, train dozens of doctors, attend many patients, and I think most importantly, just have fun. Before I go over a short summary of what I plan to do within the DOH, I want to again congratulate Multiman and Jada for their victory once again and express my gratitude for being their cabinet pick. It's always been my dream to lead this department, and Multiman and Jada have made this possible. Next, I want to give big thanks to Greece for managing the DOH for the past few months. There's been many obstacles, and Greece has done a fantastic job in keeping the department together. Thank you again, Greece. So, the DOH is one of my biggest passions on the server, and I have many new things planned for it. In the short future, you can expect trainee doctor exams to open soon, have some expansions to the medical specialist team, and a full house cleaning of inactive members and resolving ongoing issues that have been postponed by the transition period. Throughout my term, you can always expect me to listen, not only to the department members, but to the public as well. My DMs are always open for any feedback. And apart from that, I hope to finally introduce the vaccines to the public and a few more top secret ideas that will be worked on with the rest of the department. Have a wonderful day or night. Stay safe, and thank you.
Next up, we have Representative Juniper Fig, who I need to hunt down and re-add. Keep spamming fireworks. Give me a second. There she is. Okay, you can stop now. You can come up, Juniper. If you are talking, I do not hear a word you are saying. You are lighting up, but you are not speaking. Nothing is changing, I'm afraid. Some people are saying they can only hear Juniper, so maybe you guys are, maybe this is meant to be.
I believe this represents a total Juniper victory.
You know, I think she said earlier she couldn't even hear us. So like, maybe she's just giving her speech right now. I'll let her just do her thing, I guess.
To quote her, I believe we should all silently contemplate what Juniper Fig would have said in these trying times.
Juniper Fig says, "Congrats, Multi and Gina. I love you. They're gonna crush it. They're so cool. They're gonna be so good at the Presidency. And I'm obsessed with both of them. Moi, 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 moi." Thank you, Juniper. Next, we have Lieutenant Governor of the FRB, Robodemon 2. I believe I pulled you up.
Hello, I was Multiman's campaign manager, and I am now his chief of staff. I would like to start this speech with a short story. A story of when I first joined the server that I think exemplifies the qualities that make Multiman special. The qualities that throughout the time I have known him have only shined brighter and brighter, to the point that they have become almost blinding. When I joined the server last year around August time, I, like many new players, was overwhelmed. And despite trying and trying, I was unable to establish myself in the server to the point I was about to quit. My requests for help were ignored, my applications were not responded to, and I was locked out from the experience I wanted to access. This all changed when Multiman decided to take me in and offer me my first job, a position I hold to this day, a loan officer at his bank. However, that was not the biggest thing Multiman did for me that day. That day, he got in a call with me, and for 1 hour, one of the most established players in the server entertained the ramblings of someone who admittedly didn't know what he was talking about. A call in which he taught me many things. And since then, I am happy to say, a fruitful friendship started, which in a way amounted to this victory. During this time, I have learned many things about Multiman, his intelligence and knowledge, as I always seem to learn something new every time we converse about something. His eloquence that allows him to convey ideas better than most people. His affection, as he's always caring of those around him. However, these all pale in comparison to that shining quality I was talking about earlier, and that is his kindness. I have never seen anyone with such an innate ability to be kind, even when wronged or attacked. A level of kindness that I have never seen before, and maybe never will. I think we need the kindest people at the helm of our institutions, both in DC and outside of DC. And on this, I think Multiman is the benchmark. There is no ticket I would have rather supported than his, and I am proud that I have played a part in this journey. To our supporters, you have made a wonderful decision. The music has been composed, the orchestra has assembled, so prepare for the most wonderful music Redmont will ever listen to. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Roby. And now, we will begin the swearing in of the President and Vice President. First, if just Jada come to the podium and join me. Do you have something you'd like to swear in on?
Yes. Hold on. This thing.
It's yours. You can keep it. Just hold on to it.
Oh, okay.
All right. If you will, repeat after me. I, just Jada,
I, just Jada,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution
that I will support and defend the Constitution
of the Commonwealth of Redmont,
of the Commonwealth of Redmont,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservations or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
the duties of the office of which I am about to enter.
So help me, staff.
So help me, staff.
Thank you and congratulations, Madam Vice President. You may give your speech.
Oh my God. I have a speech. I am a woman of many thoughts, but not so many words, so I will keep this short. If you had told me a year ago, somebody who barely understood the basics of DC politics, that I would become your vice president, I would have called you insane. And yet here I am because of all of you. Every single one of you believed in Multi and I enough to elect us to these positions. You placed your trust in us, and that is something neither of us will ever take lightly or for granted. It is something that we will carry with us as we work to build a stronger Redmont. We are here to serve you, just as I has faithfully served Aventura, and as Multi has faithfully served the people and the courts. Our vision for Redmont is that of a greater one that has hope and prosperity, one that demands change and empathy. In order to build a community where players feel heard and welcome, that starts with us, with how we choose to lead and serve you. And it starts with you as well. Today is not about a victory. Today is about accepting responsibility. And that responsibility is to listen to the people of Redmont and leave Redmont better than we have found it. As vice president, the vow I took is more important than words. It is a promise to be an active voice within this administration, a promise to advocate for our communities, support our departments, and always speak honestly about what I believe is best for the Commonwealth. I may not always have every answer, but I will be always willing to listen and learn and grow with the people. And to my dear friends, all of you who know who you are, I have a deep appreciation and admiration for each and every one of you. And I may not be where I stand today without your unwavering support. Thank you for believing in me when I did not yet fully believe in myself. To citizens of Redmont, thank you for giving us this opportunity. Whether you supported us or supported somebody else or simply cared about the future, know that we will serve you all equally. I am incredibly honored. I am more than honored to stand here today as your vice president, and I am excited to work alongside President Multi and all of you building the next chapter of Redmont's story. We hope to make each and every one of you very proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Next, Mr. Multiman155, if you'll please join me at the podium. Do you have an item you would wish to swear on?
I'm holding them.
Lovely. All right. Repeat after me. I, Multiman155,
I, Multiman155,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Redmont,
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Redmont,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
So help me, staff.
So help me, staff.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, my pleasure to announce the 28th President of Redmont.
Hello, Redmont. Hello, Redmont. I am beyond excited and anxious and all of these emotions about the upcoming term. I am so thankful for all of the support you all have shown, for the overwhelming majority that you have delivered, and for the overwhelming mandate we have for change. Redmont is not a country that can be static. It is not a country that can allow itself to die in old habits. It is a country that is constantly evolving, that is constantly being made better, as we all tell our stories and build our stories. This is ultimately a game about building. It's the craft in Minecraft. I want to make Redmont a place where every person has a shot to build their own adventure, to build their own future, and to build their own homes and businesses. We have heard throughout the past several weeks of a lot of turmoil, a lot of harm, a lot of hurt. And we believe that this is a time for national healing, for coming together in order to embrace a brave new vision of what our future holds. And what is that vision? It's one that we all share, bringing new players into the forefront, giving them real decision-making power, giving them the right to choose their future and to influence our democracy. Ensuring that we weed out corruption, that the government works for the people, and ensuring that our country is made whole again, that we bring back the rebels of Aventura and Willow into the fold. But it's more than that. This is ultimately a game of personal expression. It's a game where our builds and our businesses reflect something about who we are or who we'd prefer to be. And to that end, I thank you for putting me here and for being the person whom you have trusted to lead the nation as you all build your futures. There are a lot of people who I must thank. First and foremost is Jada. Without her, this campaign would not have happened. She was ultimately somebody who was so influential on my decision to run, and on our policy, and on our campaign staff. And she works quietly in the background without asking for a lot of public acknowledgement. She's a true servant leader, and I think she'll serve us well. And you heard earlier from Roby Demon too, who's the same. A servant leader who works quietly and gets his stuff done. I hope that in the next 4 months, that is who we will be able to be. That is who my cabinet will be able to be. People who work, who get things done, who are not braggadocious, and who simply want to make Redmont better. And that is who I pledge to be. You're not going to see me tooting my own horn all the time. It's just not who I am. You will see a lot of policy change and structural change in our government as we open it up to ensure that we can sustainably bring this new wave into it and ensure that we have a good future. There are also some challenges ahead. We face a fiscal cliff that the previous administration has suffered from. This new wave blew out our budgeting proportions. At the day of my election, we had over $5 million in the government balance. We have under 3 at the moment. There will be some hard decisions that we have to make, and hard times, especially as it comes to figuring out what we want to do as we try to expand our government. This means things like what the Congress is doing to raise revenues are necessary. But they will be a part of our journey, and we're going to have a real country where we're able to sustain something of this size. Not everything will be easy. A lot is going to be hard. But with my cabinet, with my chief of staff, with my vice president, and with my effort, I hope that we will be able to deliver you a better Redmont and leave this place in a greater stance than we found it in when we came into office. So thank you, Redmont, for your trust. Thank you, Redmont, for your hope. Thank you, Redmont, for sharing our vision. And thank you, Redmont, for ultimately allowing me to lead you over the next 4 months. This is a tremendous day in our history, and I promise I will not let you down. Thank you.
All right. This is the conclusion of our event. Before we end, I want to note one thing. This is perhaps the largest VC I've ever seen in DC. Over 100 people. Thank you all for coming, for supporting this event and our country and the community. It means a lot. And I'm sure it means a lot to our new president as well. Now, I believe there is a party over at the Brown House. Please enjoy. And congratulations again to President Multiman.